Do you have sand in your vents or experiencing pressure loss? Do you think you might be needing some ductwork fixed? Before we bought this house, we had a thorough examination done by our building inspector. He evaluated all of the systems, and the thing that raised the most concern was the heat and air. Specifically, what he called out was the ductwork. So this boot to the north over here runs south, meeting at a Y junction. Essentially, it's a metal fitting connecting this other vent, pushing air in the eastern part of the home. When these homes were built, we didn't have today's code requiring plastic connections that keep the water that naturally makes its way underneath the foundation. The likely culprit for our intrusion was the atrium. The water made its way over time and settled in an area around the metal connections, causing erosion. Eventually, the sand poured from the original construction is pulled in with the forced air, making a mess and causing harm to people breathing inside. The sand comes from when the initial foundation was poured, right?
They build the stem walls. They lay all the plumbing and the air duct system. They fill it all with sand. Mm-hmm. So the sand is like fill sand. It just fills up all the gaps, and then they pour a 4-inch slab on top.
And so what is the purpose of this coating? That is what it all looks like down there now. It's a good process, and it gives it about 10 more years of life. I know that this could probably go for 15, 20. So I've got 3 rusted, damaged joints on this one that I'm gonna coat. We're already at one right now. This is our spray rig right here. And this right here is the rust damaged joint. I'll pull back a little bit so you can see a little better. So that's a rust damaged joint right there. This is the first one of 3 rusted joints that we're gonna be coating today. So that was the first joint. As I pull back here, you'll see the second rusted joint right after it. But you can see the material kind of sticking to the metal and on the bottom there. That's a good one. There's pros and cons with every duct system, but PVC is going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
The problem is the metal connections.
Yeah.
If those get wet, they're just going to rust, and you're going to have that sand that they filled your foundation with just pour into your duct system and then continue to blow out. The new code, from what I understand, is duct systems have to be PVC with plastic connections. Okay. So if you have an elbow or a T or a Y, that has to be a plastic connection now. Mm-hmm. I will say though, that fixes the rust and the sand from coming in, but it prevents it. Water will still find a way, especially on those plastic systems. It'll find a way to get in the gaps and then create mold. We just coated from the room that we were just watching, and so all we need to coat here is the boot because it's been coated at the connections.
Investors don't generally give away their resources. Right now we're getting our air ducts fixed. I use Allergy Control of Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm right here with Mike from Allergy Control. If you need any of your ducts repaired or checked out, go ahead and give them a call. What's your number?
It's 405-641-4296.